Change your diet, change your life, change the planet.
Hello, I'm Tim Van Orden with the Running Raw Project, and I'm sick today. I got the flu that has systematically knocked my family down one by one, and it finally caught up with me last night, and wow, rocking my world. I've spent the vast majority of the day in bed today, but I got up to make this video. This brings me back to late in 2004 when I first picked up a copy of Nature's First Law. I had just started a raw diet when someone handed me this book and said, "You must read this book." David Wolfe, Stephen Arlen, and a third man whose name I forget authored this book. And at that time, it was pretty much the Bible of raw foods. And because I was a raw newbie, this book supposedly had all the information that I needed to succeed on this diet and thrive and achieve immortality and longevity. And one of the things that they kept saying in this book over and over again was that you will never get sick again on a raw vegan diet. It's the perfect diet. It's the diet to end all diets. It's the only diet that human beings were designed to eat. This was the dogma or the propaganda sold in this book, and I bought it, hook, line, and sinker. I really believed it. And I became a raw evangelist after reading this book because the language was so strong and I was in such a state of suggestibility. I wouldn't say gullibility, but suggestibility. Because my life needed some massive shifts, a huge transformation because I was ill, sick, and looked like I was going to be homeless, and this turned things around for me. So I really did think it was the panacea that was going to save the world. And that's one of the reasons I started this project. But a little over a year into my raw journey, I got sick. I got the flu. And I didn't want to tell anybody. Kept it to myself, kept it secret, hid away from the world because I didn't want to ruin the diet. I didn't want to give evidence that this diet wasn't perfect because obviously the diet is perfect because that's what it said in this book. It must be me that's flawed. I must be imperfect somehow. Or maybe there's an organ that I haven't properly cleansed yet, so I need to go out and get the latest $300 cleanse to flush out the liver or the gallbladder or the spleen or the pancreas or whatever it might be. That's what it must be. I'm the imperfect one, not the diet. So I pretended like I wasn't sick and I didn't tell anybody. And over the past 8 years now of eating raw, I've seen this happen again and again. Where people get sick, they have problems, they're afraid to tell anyone because they don't want to raise a red flag. They don't want to be the person saying, wait a minute, this diet's not perfect after all. Because then they lose their membership to the Raw Club, the Raw World, and all these social networking sites and festivals, and everybody's all about bliss and love and perfect harmony, and we're all going to live forever, and we're never going to get cancer or heart disease, our hair's never going to fall out, our skin is never going to get wrinkly, it's happily ever after. We all want to believe that. So we jump on these magical bandwagons because we want to believe in magic. We want to believe in possibility. We want to believe in immortality. And in doing so, we give up some of our identity. In some cases, we give up a great deal of our identity. And we give up some of our liberties as well because we are now constrained. We can't let anyone know that we're human because supposedly this diet makes us superhuman. And if we get sick, well, that goes against everything out there. So we must be the bad person, so we'll just suck it up and hide it, bury it under the rug, and pretend like it doesn't happen. And we'll just share the positive things that have happened to us. We'll share all these stories of magical transformation. I did. I've got many of them up on YouTube. And I did have really extraordinary transformations, absolutely. But there were bumps, and I got sick. And for the past 5 years that I've been back in Vermont around my family and my nieces who get sick quite a bit, I get knocked down once or twice a year. Happens. The diet isn't perfect. I fully believe that a raw vegan diet gives massive health benefits. I do, and I think that it removes a great deal of the toxicity that we experience in modern life. But it's not perfect. We are human after all. We are mortal. We are vulnerable. And just like with any dogma or ideology, whether it be a dietary dogma or otherwise, there are a lot of myths that get spread. And a big part of the cultural mythology that surrounds a raw vegan diet is this statement that you will never get sick. That's like saying that I'm impervious to fire now. I'm impervious to sharp objects. I can cut myself with glass or a knife and I don't bleed. Look, didn't even cut the skin. Well, viruses and certain bacteria, man, these dudes are bad, pathological creatures. And they're the equivalent of knives and fires, and you can't tell me that you're now protected against them, because they can break through any protection. That's their design. That's how they evolved, to break through our defenses. Now, we're good at squashing some of the bugs when our immune system is up and ready 100%. When we're fully charged, yeah, we can knock out a lot of the stuff in our environment. But there are certain viruses and bacteria that we can't touch because they're like fire or broken glass. We have not built or evolved a protection mechanism or wall against them yet. Maybe we will at some point, but right now we haven't. So we use modern medicine to do this for us. So the bottom line is this: eating a raw vegan diet may absolutely reduce the amount of stress that you have on your body. Dietary stress is one of the biggest forms of stress that we experience as North Americans. And removing that stress load is definitely going to allow you to fight illness better. You're not going to get sick as often, you're not going to get sick as long, but you will get sick when you come in contact with the bad guys. It's just the way it is. Unless you have natural immunity, which you were genetically born with. And then, hey, you won the lottery. So as I lay in bed today feeling awful, I thought that I had an obligation to get this information out there so that people don't blame themselves. So that people feel okay and safe in saying, I'm eating this diet and I feel good, but it's not perfect. I can still get sick. I'm still human. I'm still vulnerable. This reminds me of the movie The Beach with Leonardo DiCaprio and Tilda Swinton. It's this utopian society on this island, beautiful island, maybe in the Philippines or Vietnam or Thailand, I forget. And two of the people are attacked by sharks while swimming in this beautiful, gorgeous bay. And it kind of disrupts the whole community, this blissed out, peace-loving, wonderful community. So they take these guys that have been attacked by sharks and they put them far away from the camp so they can't hear them screaming. Because they're screaming because their legs have been ripped off and they don't have medical supplies and these guys are dying and the pain is extraordinary. And it's killing the buzz of everybody else in the community. So what eventually happens is they kill these guys to shut them up, because this is a utopian society. We can't have death. We can't have agony. We can't have people suffering. We can't have constant moaning and screaming 24 hours a day. No, let's just brush them under the rug. Let's get rid of those people. Let's exclude them from the community. And I've seen this happen in the raw world. For anybody that stands up and says, wait, this diet isn't perfect. I got sick. Out! Get them out of here. Put them under the rug. In a way, I feel it's my responsibility to take the magic out of the raw food diet and leave the science, leave the real data, leave a diet that really is effective at improving your health and improving your life. But it's not magic. Okay? So I'm making this video to be a stand for those people that have been discriminated against, for those people that revealed that they were human. How dare you be human? How dare you say that you're not? Well, I'm going to go be human and get back into bed, and hopefully this will pass by tomorrow. I hope this is of some value to someone out there, and I look forward to talking to you again. Bye.